Good morning, and awaken to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. Welcome to a Friday. To a Friday reading vlog. I better retrieve those bits. It was a very hot night here in southeast England, and one of those hot nights that I'm up before my alarm, but that's good because I've got a lot of stuff to fit in today before we go out for dinner tonight for my dad's birthday. Number one thing being, I've got to finish this cross stitch that I've started him. This is what I've got him for his birthday. Plus, I need to make him a cake really, and I haven't got the stuff for a cake. So I'm also getting my hair done today. It was due to be at 12, but I've asked my hairdresser if she can fit me in any earlier, because then my parents and my sister and my niece were going to Chatham Dockyard to have a look around there. Now, I don't think if I get done early enough, I can go to them. However, I don't think it's going to fit in, because then I've got to come back, pick my nan up and take her out for dinner, because we're going out for dinner tonight with my dad for 6 o'clock. So I could use that time there. I bet you just love hearing about the logistics of my day, don't you? I could use that time there to bake the cake. So I think maybe once I've gone and got my hair done, I will go and get the stuff for the cake. Additional exciting stuff is that there's a new Aldi that's opened up near us. So I might go to the new Aldi to get stuff for the cake. Are you laughing because of my...
Just our life.
Just a small provincial life. Like in Beauty and the Beast. If a small provincial life involves getting excited about a new Aldi. So yeah, so I'm about to sit and hopefully complete this whilst listening to the new episode of Rylan's podcast, which I really like, called How to Be Famous. This episode is interviewing Charlotte Church, who was a child star. And he interviews a host of different people in the spotlight and their different relationships with fame, which I find quite interesting. But I'm going to listen to that whilst I continue with this, which is lovely. And I will link the Etsy pattern of this down below. And then I need to go and make my dad a cake. And I also need to make him a birthday card. God, I've left it. David and I were at the theatre last night. Otherwise, some of this stuff would have been done then. But there we go. But the reading, guys. The reading. So, I know I said last week... I was going to start a God in Ruins during the week and finish this today. That hasn't happened. I haven't started God in Ruins. So, and there's no point me starting that now, because I'm not going to get it finished in time for... Well, I won't be doing a Friday reading vlog next week, because I only do them for the first 3 Fridays of the month, so I get a bit of time Friday to myself and can do other stuff on those days. So I thought I'd read Tom Lake, which I've got out from the library at the moment, from Anne Patchett. It's got 8 reservations on it that are needed back by the 31st, which is, oh, not next week, the week after, but yeah, I'd like to get it done. I've heard good things about Tom Lake, and I got it out on audio before, but I think it's Meryl Streep that does it, and I didn't get a chance to listen to it before it went back. I don't know anything about it. I've read by, I don't know if I've read anything by Anne Patchett. I don't think I have. I used to have the Dutch House, but I think I didn't get around to reading it, so I popped it to charity. I've got Commonwealth, I got that from a community library. But yeah, I don't think I've read anything by Anne Patchett, so that's exciting. So I will start reading that today at some point. I also have got The End We Start From, which David and I watched the film of during the week, and we both really enjoyed. It's got Jodie Comer in it. And Joel, I can't remember Joel's last name. Fry? Is that him? But I really enjoyed it. I was like, oh, I want to read the book of that. So those are the 2 books I'll be reading this weekend. The question, and I'm doing it just where I'm just going to pick it out, because I just can't shuffle them and get them all out. The question we'll be answering, so at the top of these Friday reading vlogs, I'll read you out a question, and then at the end, we answer it together. I answer it and you can answer it in the comments. The question is, one morning you open your closet to discover the wardrobe of a literary character, good God, I like this, or author whose style you have always admired. Whose clothes are you borrowing? That is a great question. One morning you open your closet or wardrobe to discover the wardrobe of a literary character or author. Whose style have you always admired? Whose clothes are you borrowing?
Shakespeare.
Oh, would you? You'd look lovely in a ruff, David.
I wouldn't. I'd be very hot and bothered.
You'd be very hot and bothered in a ruff. Lovely. And then I'll be finishing the vlog reading a poem for every summer day, and at some point we'll be listening to A Year of Wonder. Let me just get my cookbook and show you the cake that I'm planning on making my dad. And if we get round to making some cookies as well, what cookies they will be. One moment, please. So the cookies, if we do get round to making them, I still need to buy some of the stuff for this because I don't have the ginger for it. A triple ginger biscuits. So I'm looking for, I've been in only one shop. I went to Tesco's, and I need stem ginger from the jar, you know, the stuff that's in syrup, or crystallised ginger, and Tesco's had neither of those. So once I've got my hands on that, hopefully from Morrison's or Aldi today. Aldi does not seem like the place that will sell it. I'll be getting that. But the cake I'll be making my dad is one that I've made for my brother-in-law, and I made for my dad on Father's Day. He loves it. It's this afternoon tea cake, and it's like a boiled cake. So you boil your fruit in butter and tea with sugar, and then, yeah, and it's just really, really nice. And David, who doesn't even really like fruitcake, likes this as well, don't you, David?
Yes.
It's not your favourite cake. I know it's not your favourite cake. But yeah, it is my dad's favourite cake. And then tomorrow, David and I are helping out with our local summer fair, which we're both quite excited about, aren't we? I'm excited. Are you excited?
I mean, I would be if it was a bit cooler.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit cooler tomorrow. So it's 29 here today, and it's going to be 26 tomorrow. We are in a gazebo, so there'll be a little bit of shade. And like, yeah, it's between, well, I said it's between 10 and 3, but we've got to be there at 8. So it's a long day. I think it'll be really good. It's good to help out the community, isn't it? But anyway, I've got to crack on with more of this, and I'll show you the finished. I'm hoping to display it for him in this ring. So I need to crack the fuck on, basically. And I've charged my laptop because I've got the pattern on my laptop, which works out much better than having it on your phone because it's bigger and you can have it right there. But yeah, let's go and let's listen to Rylan and do some cross stitch. Oh, showered. I mean, there's many things I don't really like doing on a hot day, and sitting in the hairdressers is definitely one of them. So I've put on this cotton dress that I got last year from Nobody's Child. It's got lots of like different seed packets on it. It's very cute. But actually, a few times I wore it last year, I didn't love it all that much, but I loved it when I put it on this morning. This would be nice if this could be worn into the evening when I go out for dinner, but she may be hot and sweaty after being at the cinema, not the cinema. She'll be very cool in the cinema after being at the hairdresser, so this might get changed. Anyway, we're now at this grass section here. This is probably the last section. Oh, I've got a little bit of the planet to finish there. Oh, I had those to do as well. A little bit of yellow there as well. Few more bits is what she's saying, but she's going to now listen to Dish, which I'm just checking to see if my hairdresser's messaged me. No. She's going to listen to Dish, which has got Danny Dyer and Ryan Sampson on. 38 minutes. And I'm hoping at the end of the 38 minutes, maybe this will be almost done. And then I can start on my card for my dad. Go.
Dish from Waitrose is an SE creative studio on September 12th at 7 PM.
God. I've just been outside to put the washing out on the line, and it's so hot out there. But the good news is that my dad's birthday card will dry quickly then, won't it? And I've decided to do one with lots of fruit and veg on it. There's a few things my dad likes. Golf. I ain't gonna be able to paint any golf. He's got an allotment that he very much likes in his garden. So I think I'm just gonna do some fruit and veg of stuff that he's got in his garden, which involves strawberries, tomatoes, apples, carrots, definitely trying to think of more things that are in there. Green beans. I'm going to paint it onto here. So that's going to happen, and I've got to leave for the, I just want to get a few things down so that they can dry before I leave for the hairdresser in 10 minutes. Go and get a paintbrush. Hello my friends, many hours later. Hair's done, but it's not staying down because it's too hot. But the colour's nice, isn't it? She didn't actually, she's very clever, my hairdresser. She didn't give me a full head of new colour. She just sort of like went through and did a few bits, which is nice because it means I haven't filled my hair with as much colour as it needs. Like, well, just dyed on top of dye, basically. Made my dad's cake, that's in the oven. It was so hot in there. Also, got my dad a little gift. Went to the new Aldi. Bought my dad this garden clock, which has got all birds on it, and he will absolutely love this. So, there we go. I just need to finish off the card I'm making him, which has got carrots, beetroots, these are going to be strawberries, beans and tomatoes, and then I'm going to write happy birthday dad across the middle. So I need to keep on at it. How I'm going to finish off these beautiful bits and listen to Melanie C's autobiography, which I'm listening to on Borrowbox, called Who I Am. We're in childhood at the moment, so there's not as much Spice Girl action as I'd hoped, but we'll get there. We will certainly get there. Oh fuck. Let's keep going. I need like some brown to do some accents with a very thin little brush. Yeah. Let's keep going. God, this day, I was just saying to David how well behaved we've been considering it's so hot. I've just got to close the lounge up because we're leaving for the day. Don't knock the flowers over. Oh, look, the flowers. Oh, flowers are dead. It's just so hot. We've spent the majority of the day just laying on the bed with the fan on us. But I do think we haven't moaned actually all that much. I'm very pleased with my makeup this evening. I feel like it's very 90s. And yeah, we're going out now. So just waiting for my mum and dad to pick us up. So I'll see you when I get home. I feel like this is going to be a light reading vlog. Oh my God. This is the very, very tired face of a woman who has helped out at her local village fair since 8 o'clock this morning. I got home, I laid down for a bit, which was a mistake. And then I've just had a shower and put my pyjamas on. It was really fun, but my goodness me, it was so tiring. It was also boiling, which makes everything more tiring. But yeah, it was very sweet. And I will insert some footage here, hopefully, of a few bits that David captured of the day, which was lovely. Now, that obviously means I've done 0 reading today. I took my book along with me. I don't know what I thought was going to get done, but I took it along with me anyway. But I haven't read anything. So this is Tom Lake by Anne Patchett, of which I've read 56 pages. Just to briefly touch, and I'm not going to talk about this book, but this is the book we're reading for Patreon Book Club at the moment. We're discussing this next Sunday. The theme was big books. And I've enjoyed what I've read so far, but this is 568 pages long and I've only read 72, so I've still got 500 pages. So, and I'm really busy next weekend. So sometimes I can use like Sunday to finish off the book, but I won't be able to. So I need to make sure I'm reading 100 pages a day of this, Monday to Friday, in order to get it done. So I think the afternoon's plans, we've got a nice Gousto for dinner. We've got a summer vegetable bake. It's got aubergine in it, which David isn't mad on, so I've just been to my mum and dad's as well to go and pick up courgette, because he does like a courgette. And yeah, so I think I'm just going to sit and read. It's 5:15, so I think I'm going to sit and read for 45 minutes, Tom Lake, and then make dinner, and then I think we're going to spend the evening watching the US Traitors, which we've been having a lovely time doing. But yeah, I'm it was lovely and it went really well and everyone had a really good time and the weather was great, but my goodness me, it's so tiring. It's so tiring. But yeah, I'll speak to you all again soon. Morning! Oh, that was me just listening to the newest episode of Menu. I think it might be the new series as well. The Michelle de Swart episode, which I'm quite enjoying. So I've been up for a little bit. David went out and played tennis this morning and I've put a load of washing on and cleaned the bathroom. Sinks, not not the full works. It's just so hot still, it's really muggy. I'm gonna have a bowl of fake shreddies, so the shreddies that we bought in Aldi, which are like 85p a box, compared to God knows how much for the browns. They're very nice. I'm gonna eat that and drink my tea. Hello, Debbie. Read a little bit more Tom Lake. I didn't read anything last night. I was so tired. I fell asleep while I was on the sofa. Then we watched a few episodes of the US Traitors. And then I went to bed and was just so hot I couldn't concentrate on anything. I think Daphne's a bit hot as well. So yeah. We're off to the theatre cinema today to watch Present Laughter with Andrew Scott. That's this afternoon, so that'll be quite fun. And then dinner and relaxing tonight, but obviously I've got to get this edited, but I think I'll edit this when I get back from the theatre cinema and put it up tonight. Hasn't been all that much reading, but yeah, this I'm finding fine. I finished last night listening to the audiobook of To Sir Phillip with Love, which is like the 5th book in the Bridgerton series, which is the Eloise one. And like, they're very easy listens and enjoyable to listen to, but like, the ones I have listened to, and I haven't listened to all of them, I've sort of like listened to them out of order and everything as well. But it is very like, you find your happiness in marriage and children, and which is like a shame, especially for a character like Eloise. But yeah, I still had a good time listening to him. So yeah, might do a few more chores if it cools down a little bit more, but I don't think it is. I've got the windows open a little crack, so definitely can't get out. And yeah, another hot one. Although it's not that hot, it's 23 degrees, so it's not even that hot. I think it's just the past 2 days have been hot, which has left it a bit muggy. But anyway, read a bit more. This is fine. We'll get to 100 pages. I don't think it's that long actually. It's only just 300 pages. So if I get to 100 pages, I'm a third of the way through anyway. Right, let's go. Hello! We're back from having watched Present Laughter. And did we laugh? Yes, we did. We had a lovely time. Did you enjoy it, David?
Very much.
Yeah, Andrew Scott was really, really good. And the whole cast was great. But yeah, it was really, really good. I do love going to watch a play at the theatre. And just, at the cinema. Just because our cinema is so comfy and we're so comfortable there and the seats are big enough, and we went to see something in the week, 101 Dalmatians in the week, and yeah, those theatre seats are just not made for bigger people, so it's very, very uncomfortable if you sit there for such a long time. And Present Laughter was 3 hours long, so to have the comfort of your cinema ticket plus a cheese and coleslaw sandwich that your husband had made you, very nice. I don't know how it would go down eating a cheese and coleslaw sandwich in close proximities to the people you're sat next to at the theatre. Anyway, here we are at the end of the Friday reading vlog. I need to get this edited and up on Sunday night really, so I feel like it's been a really busy weekend, particularly when I was helping out at the village fair on Saturday, so I feel like there hasn't been all that much action, reading action, but I did read 100 pages of Tom Lake, and then I've read a little bit more of Wolfsong, and now, just as I'm about to start making dinner, I'm going to listen to more, which I don't know whether I was listening on to this or not last week, but I'm listening to Prima Facie by Susie Miller, which is a play that I've also seen at the cinema, which has Jodie Comer in it. It's a one-woman play, and this audiobook is narrated by Jodie Comer, so very enjoyable. So, but first of all, before I do anything, so this is what we're having for dinner. We get Gousto sort of 2 or 3 weeks out of the month, and tonight we're having Mediterranean style vegetable panzanella. Because it's summer, I've opted for like a few more summery vegetable ones. What did we have last night? Last night we had summery roast vegetable salad, which did involve having the oven on because we needed to roast the courgette and the aubergine, but very nice. But because the joy of this is that there's lots of seasonal stuff that you don't really have to think too much about. And then just to show you this, because we had this last week and I bulked it out and it went on for ages, was the Sri Lankan style pineapple and chickpea curry, which was so nice. And I just added an extra jar of chickpeas, and then I had some carrots to use up, and yeah, so I just made it bigger. So then David and I had it for that night, and then I had it for lunch the next day. It was so tasty. I will definitely be making that again, and we hang on to these and make all of these again. So that's the plan. If you would like to trial it yourself, if you haven't already, I've got an affiliate link down below, which I believe it changes all the time, but I think at the moment you get 20% at I get £20 if you use it, and you get your first box for like 65% off, and then 25% off for the first 2 months. Do you know what? I won't speculate. I'll actually tell you the bloody deal so that you're not going and thinking you're getting more than what you're getting. So let's have a look. Right, you get 65% off your first box and 20% off for the first 2 months, which is a bloody good deal. And like I said, they've got some really nice summary stuff on there at the moment. So I will link the affiliate link down below whilst I do that. So just got to wrap the vlog up now. So first of all, I'm going to listen to a piece of music while I'm getting everything ready for dinner. The piece of music, because it's the 21st of July today. It's String Quartet number 12 in F major, Op 96, and then it says in brackets American, for finale, Vivace mon non troppo by Antonin Dvorak, who lived between 1841 and 1906. And it says a close contender for the 4th of July spot, Antonin Dvorak, or pronounced Dvorak, composed this ebullient, lovely string quartet whilst on holiday in all of places, Spillville in Iowa. The Czech composer was living in New York City at the time, running the National Conservatory of Music, and the long summer vacation offered an extended break, not just from his busy teaching schedule, but from the relentless momentum of the Big Apple. We know from his letters to friends at this time that Dvorak was relaxed, happy and in good spirits. Surrounded by nature, fresh air, family and the support of a local expat Czech community, he was also creatively inspired, taking old Papa Haydn as his model, but drinking in the world of African American spirituals and folk traditions. Dvorak sketched out the basis of his melodiously splendid work in just 3 days and finished the whole thing less than a fortnight later. Thank God he commented, "I am content. It was fast." So let's find it. It's going to get hot in here because have I got to have the oven on for today's dinner? Quartet number 12 in F major. There we go. That sounds lovely. Right, let's get chopping. Well, that was highly enjoyable. It was actually very Bridgerton-esque. Yeah, it was really nice. It was very jolly and I enjoyed it a lot. So bravo to Antonin Dvorak. Well done. So next up we've got the question, and the question was, my friends, one morning you open your wardrobe to discover the wardrobe of a literary character or author whose style you have always admired. Whose clothes are you borrowing? A great question. Now, when I first read that, I was like, oh, Mr. Tumnus from Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. And I couldn't work out why I was thinking about Mr. Tumnus from Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, because if I remember correctly, he only really wears a pair of trousers and a little, very trendy scarf that he then gives to Lucy. And it's because this card is entitled The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. So that's why I was thinking of that. But I had another think of it, and you guessed it, the answer of the book that comes up the most for these questions came up, and that was Bridget Jones, because Bridget Jones's diary is set in the 90s and her wardrobe is very 90s, and I feel like I'm dressed quite 90s today actually. Cherries, they were quite 90s, and I've got a denim skirt on, this sort of like light denim. So yeah, but also I was thinking about the Morrigan Crow series of books and the character Jupiter North, who's very sort of like her ward and very eccentric and wears a lot of bright colours and sort of like fun hats and things like that, and sort of adapts his clothes to what he's wearing and is very noticeable and things like that. So yeah, I think I'd go for, I'll have half the wardrobe as Bridget Jones please and half the wardrobe as Jupiter North. But very, very interested to hear the answer to your guys' questions on that one. And then lastly, if I can stop doing things for a moment, I'll read out a poem to end the old reading vlog. And the poem is, there's two options as always. We've got Apples by Laurie and The Law of the Jungle by Rudyard Kipling.
Oh, okay, right, so Apples comes from Cider with Rosie, which is a book that I read when I first went into secondary school. And yeah, I remember it quite well, so I think I'll go for that. So it says here, Laurie Lee's autobiographical account of growing up in rural Gloucestershire is called Cider with Rosie, and in this poem, the cidery bite of the apples makes a vivid appearance. Behold the apple's rounded worlds, juice green of July rain, the black pole star of flowers, the rind mapped with its crimson stain, the russet crab and cottage red burn to the sun's hot brass, then drop like sweat from every branch and bubble in the grass. They lie as wanton as they fall, and where they fall and break, the stallion clamps his crunching jaws, the starling stabs his beak. In each plump gourd the cidery bite of boy's teeth tears the skin, the waltzing wasp consumes his share, the bent worm enters in. I with as easy hunger take entire my season's dole, welcome the ripe, the sweet, the sour, the hollow and the whole. That was lovely. That was always, apples I always associate with quite autumnal, so it was nice to hear it in the summer, because it's been a bit warm and I've been wishing on autumn. So there we go, another Friday reading vlog, and yeah, I'll see you all again on Wednesday, and it's the mid-year freak out tag going up on Wednesday, which I filmed last week, and I'm very, very excited about it, so hopefully you will be too. See you all then, bye!